Ooh, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Sunday. So I appreciate you guys tuning on in. It is 6:31 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in Arizona, and we're excited, right? The stock market is open Monday through Friday. So if you're asking what is a Sunday stock talk, this is pretty much when we come together as a team and we just talk. We just talk about the top stocks that you guys see value in. So if you ever want to tune on in to any of these Sunday stock talk live streams, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications so YouTube sends you an alert on when it is that I go live. So without further ado, I'm going to start sharing my screen just so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am breaking down today. I want to see if we have a couple new people tuning on in. What's going on, Joe? What's up? What's up? Arturo, what's going on, my dude? How are you doing? If you guys are new and you guys just want to say what's up, don't be shy. You just have to make sure that you're signed in to your YouTube account. So we got, let's see, Daniel here. We got William. Let's see. We got Dylan, Toby, Carlos, Ryan, Anthony, Diego, Mark, Michael, Johnny, Big Trev, Armando, Dylan. Oh, we're entering the matrix now. What's going on? Jackie, Luke, Rusty. Oh, man. We got the whole freaking team here. What's up? What's up? Johnny, Diego, Jackie, Jesse, Jose. Oh, shoot, man. I'm sorry. I can't read these names this quick. We got Brody, Braden, David. We got Ish in the house. Hey, whoop, whoop. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this live stream, right? We're going to be breaking down the top stocks that you guys see value in. All I ask you is please, if it is not too much to ask, I really hope that if you learn something new throughout this live stream, that you can consider maybe just dropping a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it, but of course, only if we earn it. So let's go ahead and get started. All I ask you is if you guys would like me to break down your top stock, that you post it in the ticker call out format. For just like you guys are seeing, we have all of these people that are posting it in the ticker call out format. So I'm going to go ahead and pin Ismail's message. So Ismail is one of our team members here at Tech Solutions. So make sure you guys say thank you, Ismail. But I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. Let me know if it's just me. What's going on, Keegan? What's going on, Josh? But I don't know if it's just me. But as a day trader, especially in the stock market, when the market's only open Monday through Friday, how many of you guys all of a sudden now, right, look forward to Mondays? How many of you? A lot of people have the mentality of like, oh man, I dread Mondays because of like work or whatever the case may be. But when you enjoy what you do, when you enjoy, it's challenging. I'm not saying that at all, right? It's challenging, it's difficult, but it's exciting. I don't know about you guys, if you guys are in the same boat with me, but I'm so excited to see, when the market opens. It is early and all of that good stuff, but it's definitely something that I look forward to. The weekends are great, don't get me wrong. It's a good time to spend time with family, maybe to catch up on some extra work. But it is an amazing thing when you look forward to being able to, get back to work. So I hope that you guys, on whatever it is that you pursue, regardless if it's the stock market or if you have a passion for something else, I hope that you know that our goal is never here to convince you that the stock market is best for you. I just really hope that you have that drive and that you have that motivation, intrinsic motivation, right? To work towards any of your goals outside of just the stock market. So I'm sorry for blabbering too much. I just wanted to start off this Sunday stock talk nicely. So let's go ahead and start breaking these down. Every stock that I break down today, I'm going to post on the left-hand side right here so you guys can follow through with that. One of the things that I want to share with you is just because I talk about a stock, I'm just sharing my opinion. Please know that if you see value in it, feel free to add it to your watch list. None of the stocks that we talk about in this video are in any form or any way stock suggestions. We never tell people where to buy or where to sell, as I hope that for your best interest, you should never be told what to do. You should understand what it is that you're doing. And if you don't, it just means that maybe you have to dedicate a little bit more time to practice and learn, right? Nothing in life worth having ever comes easy. And trust me, the stock market is no exception. So we got AMD and we got Apple. I like it. So let's go ahead and break these down. I'm going to break down a total of 10 of them. So I did see this. Overall market was pretty bearish last week. I think we all saw that, right? That's why I have /NQ. /NQ is the NASDAQ future. We could see that it pulled back to the SMA line. This is exciting. A lot of people are like, oh my God, stock market crash number 2. People can say whatever it is that they want. A pullback is a big difference from a crash, right? It's healthy to have pullbacks from time to time. They readjust themselves, and then, if that momentum or if that demand is there, it can continue to uptrend. As we can see for the past, 2-3 months, it's done a very healthy job of showing signs of higher highs and higher lows. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see if we find the SMA line to be a support and we continue to uptrend, or if it actually begins to break below the SMA line and maybe actually it does begin to sell off, but it's too early to tell, right? No one ever really knows if the market's going to crash. Right now, we're just going to wait for confirmation for direction to be a little bit more clear. So I would have to say the same thing right now with AMD. AMD, although it did pull back a little bit during the pandemic, it quickly recovered, and pretty much you guys can see here the resistance at around $60. You guys can see that it hit 180-day highs. It hit almost 180-day highs. So it has a very strong resistance at around $60 per share. That's something that you can easily see, right? So it's pulling back. I agree. It's a little bit of a good deal right now, right? Especially if it finds a support here and then recovers. So I see why you're paying attention to it. I'm just really excited to maybe give the market a little bit more time to clearly identify its direction. I think, that's not too much to ask for. It's great that it pulled back a little bit, but if the market does begin to sell off as it has before, right, then maybe AMD can drop a little bit more. So right now, as direction is unclear, not too sure if your approach is to day trade it or to invest in it long term. But as of right now, as it's still bearish, you just want to be aware that just because something sold off or just because something pulled back doesn't mean that it can't continue to sell off, right? It can continue to drop, so don't think that it has to recover just because it has before. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They do not always have to, and confirmation and overall direction is very important. So the next one that we got asked to break down is Apple. Apple, overall market pulled back, did a healthy pullback as well. So if this is one that you want to invest in long term, it's up to you. I don't think it's the best deal for overall entry. It just recently hit 180-day highs. So is it a surprise that it pulled back? Of course not. This happens nonstop, right? It has a very consistent, you guys can see, overall uptrend pattern. It does a very good job showing signs of an uptrend, especially from its initial drop from the overall pandemic. So it's great to see something with consistency and a clear direction. So now we can set our alerts, wait for the break above the EMA line, see if it begins to indicate signs of reversal, and then maybe you can consider the idea of taking a position if you wanted to enter for a short-term swing trade or something of that sort. So hopefully I was able to break down those two stocks clearly enough for you. So let's go ahead and break this down. What is going on? Is that for? I don't know how to pronounce that username. So we got BABA. So that is Alibaba. Here we go. So really solid pullback. Hit highs of 230. Aggressive pullback to the SMA line. It's going to be a very similar approach to we're testing, right? Right now we're at a critical point. You could ask yourself, if you want to buy the dip right now, it's up to you. For myself, I'm just sharing my opinion. This is what I would do. As it pulled back, I do agree with you. This is a good opportunity if it finds a support, right? If it begins to recover. The idea right now is if. So why not wait for proper indication of a reversal? How many times? Ask yourself. How many times have you entered a position too early? You buy the dip and then it just continues to drop. I'm not saying that this is just going to be like every other time, but to make progress, you got to learn from your mistakes. So maybe waiting for indication of a reversal wouldn't be the worst idea. Just my 2 cents. I'm going to set my alert on both sides. If it begins to recover, great, I can get alerted. If it begins to drop below the SMA line and continues to sell off, then guess what? Because you were patient, because you didn't buy the dip in hope of a reversal, you're not going to miss out on anything. You're not going to lose any money as it continues to drop. And the more patient you are, the more it drops, the better deal you could potentially get if it actually does end up reversing. So think about that. So let's go ahead and break down the next one. We got Micah with VAL. I appreciate you posting it in the ticker call out format. I really do. So, okay. So I see why you're talking about this one. It was recently pushed up to highs of $3. Quick little heads up, just my opinion. I don't like trading pump and dumps. You can say whatever it is that you want. This is obvious indication of a pump and dump. It's very short-lived. It pushes up exponentially. It catches a lot of people's attention within a very short period of time, and people think it's going to continue to do the same thing. As you guys can see, it almost pretty much came back to where it was before, and it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it continues to have maybe little pushes, but then drops back down. So again, the question should never be, can I make money trading this? because the answer can always be, you can make money doing anything. But I think a better question to ask yourself is it worth the risk? Is direction in your favor? Ask yourself, is it showing signs of growth? No, it showed signs of a pump and dump, and it pushed up. You guys can see the volume, right? The demand shot up, price shot up, very short-lived, and then pulled back. So it's not can it push back up, but is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk to buy here for the potential for it to go up, in comparison that if it drops back down to 30 cents, that's a 50% loss? Risk to reward ratio. I'm not here to convince you that it is or that it isn't. I'm just saying for myself and the way that I trade, this is too high of a risk for not enough reward with overall current directions. So just my 2 cents on that. All right, so we got WKHS. WKHS. Here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so I don't know. Can you guys inform me a little bit more about what happened with WKHS? What happened in the past? Why did it hit 180-day highs? You guys can see its previous volume, right? Very mellow, very consistent. And then all of a sudden its volume bars just shot up. So to me right away, this just puts a lot of red flags that like, hey, this is, it's trending possibly, right? There's a lot of hype behind it. You guys can see that, right? The demand is extremely high. And would it make much sense that it could pull back? It could easily pull back. Could it pull back down to the SMA line? I don't know what the news is exactly. I'll have to look a little bit more into it. Okay, so their electric cars are doing great. All right. I would have to read a little bit more about it. I just feel like there is a lot of, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, like this is just my opinion, and feel free to say whatever it is that you want to say. Right now, because of the Nikola kind of trend, I feel like a lot of other smaller, electric or new forms of energy cars are trending right now. I kind of almost feel like it's like a fad, right? It might just be me. It might just be like this little trend right now. But you guys put your money wherever it is that you guys see value. Right away, one of the main reasons that I would say that this wouldn't be something that I would consider is based off of current volume and based off of previous demand. A lot of these, in my experience, just what I'm speaking from, right? These things are very short-lived. They become very overbought. The demand or the trend ends up shifting somewhere else, and then the demand falls, right? And when the demand falls, it corrects itself, and this is where a lot of the people that buy at the very top end up getting left with the short end of the stick, right? So just make sure that you do your part, that if you want to take advantage of a high risk opportunity, that your risk management is A1. Because if all you're thinking about is how much money am I going to make and not how much money I'm going to lose, especially when something is super overbought and you could see demand levels are, again, much higher than they normally are, I just feel like that's the wrong mindset. You're just thinking about the profit and not about the risk management or the loss that you can take. And reminder, this is not a 9-to-5 job. Just because you invest hours and time doesn't earn you a direct output of pay. So do your part, that if you want to make money in the market, that you need to have A1 risk management. If your risk management sucks, practice. As funny as that sounds, with paper trading, trading on demand, maybe with a smaller position size, practice with the idea of the importance of cutting losses. Trust me, ask anyone. If you're gonna go after very high risk, high reward type of approaches, your risk management better be A1. It's not that you can't make money doing it, it's can you win more than you lose? That's the question to ask yourself. Anyone can make money doing anything. So that's never the question. The question to ask yourself is, can I do it in an effective and efficient way? I'll leave you with that. So we got Victor with ticker symbol MFA. Here we go. So we're halfway through this. All right. So huge drop. It looks like it's been making an effort to have a consistent recovery. As of right now, the way that I like to keep it pretty simple, Victor, is I'm not missing out on anything by not being a part of MFA. It peaked and it's dropped. Its overall direction for the past week has been getting rejected by the EMA line and making lower lows and lower highs. I do agree with you. It's approaching a previous support, which is the SMA line. It doesn't mean anything. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to, right? So this thing can continue to drop. So is it important that you're paying attention to it? Cool. Now do your part in getting in when it makes sense. So set your alerts. If it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend, then maybe you could follow up with it and ask yourself again, is the opportunity worth the risk? And if you say yes and you write it out and it makes sense to you, all power to you. Just make sure that you take action when it makes sense, not when you hope, because your hopes and your desires for the stock market on when a stock goes up and down, just like mine, mean absolutely nothing. It's in our best interest to wait for proper indication, at least in my experience. But just like we've said, just because it has gone up before doesn't mean that it has to do it again, right? So, alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a couple more. How am I doing so far? Did I earn a couple of your guys' thumbs up? I hope so. I'm enjoying these breakdowns. I'm not too sure about you guys, but I'm enjoying them. So we already did AMD. I'm offended that you're asking for one that we've done already. All right, so here we go. Ticker symbol SPG. All righty. So very similar approach with this. Very similar to MFA. I see why you're paying attention to this. It peaked at almost $100, right? It sold off, and you're thinking that, hey, it's about to reverse. All I want to ask you, I'm challenging you, not to be mean, but just to ask yourself, why buy now? Why not buy last week or the week before then, right? Why? Why would I buy now when nothing has changed? It's still trading below the EMA line. It's still making lower lows, and it just broke below the SMA line. So why can't this go down to $42? It's not showing any indication of a reversal. And even last time that it did, it got rejected right away. It's very, very bearish. Just make sure you do your part in getting in when it makes sense. Not when you hope or when you want to. Like we've said, your hopes and your desires on when you want to enter a position doesn't matter. People always love to ask the question, Ricky, when's the best time to trade? When an opportunity presents itself. Do you think opportunity is on a schedule? No. You think it like, oh, market opens, opportunity is here. Opportunity is among us, right? But it is our job to determine, based off of our individual criteria, which opportunity is worth trading or worth taking advantage of in comparison to its risk. Because every opportunity comes at some form of risk. And I'm talking to you, right? It's the idea of only taking advantage of opportunities that are worth it. How do you determine which opportunities are worth it? When you consider both sides. How much potential does it have in comparison to the potential for loss? Because every opportunity comes at some form of risk. So I'm going to set my alert on both sides. I like this breakdown though. I like that you're, doing your part in waiting for a reversal. This just is showing no indication of a reversal as of right now. So, all right. Ooh, wait, I did see, there's two that I saw. Facebook. How many of you guys heard about Facebook, and how many of you, do you guys see that big drop on Friday? Huge drop, right? Lost 8%, right? But it had a couple red days before because the overall market was red. This didn't pull back just because of overall market conditions. Do you guys know why Facebook sold off? Keep it simple. Why did Facebook sell off? If you don't know, it's literally a Google search away, right? Our goal is to be self-sufficient, not to always be told what to do, right? So make sure that anytime you ask questions, that you've dedicated time to try to figure out the answer. The boycott, the ads, right? Ads pulled, all of that stuff, right? There's policy changes. Yep. It's big advertisers pulled out of Facebook advertising. Of course, the market's going to be like, whoa, big advertisers pulled out. Obviously, Facebook ads, that's a big revenue source for them. Facebook pulls back. Please make sure that you do your part. I just saw someone say Twitter as well. I did not hear about Twitter. Okay, well, I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to add this one too. This is good. This is, you know that saying, right? Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. That's more on the investing side, but think about this. It doesn't even have to be a day trade. If you see value in Facebook, if you see value in Twitter and its overall performance, a pullback or a sell-off can be an opportunity if it shows sustainability and recovery. Obviously, if they're just getting bashed news after news after news of things are getting worse and stuff like that, maybe it's not the best time to invest in it, right? Or maybe it's not the best time to get in. But overall, for those that are deal hunters, for those that are opportunity seekers, this might not be the worst idea to just follow up with it. This doesn't mean, like for myself, I'm genuinely very curious on if it's going to recover. I mean, it's bound to recover. It's Facebook, right? It wouldn't surprise me. But it's when is it going to happen? And I'm interested in just following up with it. So what do we do? Let's keep it simple. What do we do when we're interested in a stock? We don't want to buy just yet. We're interested in a stock and we want to follow up with it. What do we do? What do we do when we see potential, but we don't want to buy just yet? We wait, we add it to our watch list, we set our alerts, and follow up with it. Simple. It's like people think that it's like super complicated, especially if you see value in something. Dude, if you see value in something, I don't have to agree with you. Your neighbor doesn't have to agree with you. If you just want to follow up with something to see its performance, especially for all of our beginner traders out there, for all those watching, if you're just genuinely curious and you want to follow up with its performance, you don't have to trade. You don't have to put money to see how it works. Because if you see that Facebook recovers in a month, and then you look into the news and then you understand why it recovered, maybe advertisers come back. Maybe it was, not as bad as anticipated. Or, maybe they presented something else where it just recovered, right? Next time that you're presented a similar opportunity, guess what? You'll have a better understanding on how to make sense of it, how to understand it. That's the goal. The goal should never be to be told what to do. There is nothing wrong with just observing, following up, and paying attention to something that you see value in. And I appreciate this. Out of all the stocks that we've broken down, I'm excited to follow up with Facebook. I'm not saying that I'm buying Facebook or Twitter, right? But I'm excited. I'm excited to follow up with it, and let me know in the comments section if you guys are as well. So I do want to talk about this one because it is I do want to talk about this one because it's one that is being spammed in the chat, and I just want to make sure that, so it's SHLL. So before it continues to get spammed, I want to share my honest opinion about this. What do you think I will say? Please just pause and stop posting your ticker call outs right now. Pause and just think. What do you think I will say about SHLL? You can say whatever it is that you want, right? Oh man, I see so much value, all this stuff. When I see something have no volume, nothing, and then all of a sudden, just huge demand, exponential growth. My concern is not, can this thing go up more? What I'm asking is, when is it going to pull back? When is it going to dump? Because again, the question should never be, can I make money? You can make money doing anything. My best analogy, my favorite analogy. You can make money reselling potato chips. Doesn't mean that just because you can make money selling potato chips that everyone should. No. You need to understand the risk that comes behind every single opportunity. And if you're someone that, if you're in a group chat, if you're in a stock twits, right? If people are like, dude, SHLL is going to go to the moon, it's going to go to $100. Their opinions mean absolutely nothing, right? It could go to $100 just like it could drop to $8. So every time, this is just what I want to share with you. Would I ever touch something like SHLL? No. Could I miss out on some opportunity? Of course. I can miss out on this day and night. But all I want to make sure is that I never put my money in something where, it could continue to grow up just as much as it could lose, 60 to 80% of its value in a day, right? As it could dump. And we've seen this happen time after time. It's not like it's never happened before. We see these pump and dumps all the time. I'm not saying that this thing's going to drop next week. I don't know the hype behind or how big it is. All I'm saying is if you are someone that is sold on the opportunity and the upside, please do yourself a favor, do your trading account a favor, and have some form of risk management in place. If you're going to think about the profit, you need to take into consideration on how much you could lose, because with these high risk stocks come, a lot of risk management that has to be A1, no exception. And ask anyone that has traded it. It's not that it's impossible. That's not what I'm here to say. If this is your niche, if you like trading high risk, high reward type of approaches, all power to you. I'm not here to convince you not to, just like I'm not here to convince you to do it. Do your part in understanding what you're conditioned to take advantage of. If you suck at risk management, I can almost promise you'll suck at trading these pump and dumps. Easy. If you bag hold, if you suck at risk management, I would run, not touch it. So I just wanted to make sure that I did my part and sharing my 2 cents. You can say whatever it is that you want about SHLL, that it's going to go to the moon. I'd love to follow up with it when it's back at $12, right? When it's back at $9. So in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we'll follow up with it. So ticker symbol CAMP. What's going on, Danny? What's up? Here we go. All right, ticker symbol CAMP, big drop. Pandemic, right, has been making some or showing some signs of recovery. One of the things I do want to point out is that since its peak right around $9, it hasn't done a very good job holding above $9. Just making you aware of that, right? I'm sure that's something that you've paid attention to. Earnings just came out. Maybe volume is a little bit higher as it was before. Just know that direction can shift here, especially as the market's pulling back a little bit. If it continues to pull back and demand ends up not being as great as it was before, then we can easily see a pullback, especially after we've already seen signs that it's not that it can't trade above $9, is that it normally doesn't hold there for a long period of time, at least based off previous patterns. So we can set our alerts, but just make sure that you set your alerts on both sides so you can make sure that you do your part and only taking advantage of opportunities that their overall direction is in your favor. So, alrighty. All right, we got ticker symbol KO. Here we go. Very similar concept. So this is Coca-Cola. We've seen big drops, right? We're seeing that it's approaching previous support levels. So I see why you're paying attention to it. Nothing has changed. It's still getting rejected by the EMA line. It's still making lower lows. It's not indicating any signs of a reversal. Obviously, I'm talking about the, kind of trading side. If you want to invest in this long term, then do your part in getting in when you think it's a good deal, especially if you plan to hold it for 5 or 10 years, right? As of right now, as a day trader or someone that maybe wants to hold it short term, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in the past week. And just guess, if you're asking the same question of should I buy last week, what has changed from where it's at from last week? Nothing. It's still trading below the EMA line and it's still making lower lows. So just make sure that you are aware of current direction. Carvana, what's going on, Nathan? So Carvana, for those that are not familiar, it's actually based here in Arizona, and the guy that owns Carvana is the wealthiest person in Arizona. So pretty cool to see. You guys can see that it's showing various signs of a consistent uptrend pattern, higher highs, higher lows. It's testing the EMA line. I love it. I like that you're waiting for indication of a reversal. The upside is definitely there. Even for long-term investment, I can see Carvana continue to thrive as they're all obviously dominating the car market, especially on the online aspect, and how different they are than a traditional dealer. So you guys can see that it's very, very consistent, and even through this pandemic, it was able to make 180-day highs. So great to see that it pulled back. It's offering now this reversal opportunity. Now we just need to make sure that we do our part in getting in when it's actually pushing up and not just potentially getting rejected by the EMA line. So just as much as it could go up, it could go down. So I'm going to follow up and set my alerts there. Carvana would definitely be one that if it were to pull back again, I would love to learn more about it and potentially invest in this one long term, as it's just so great to see something just completely dominate the market. So I'm going to do two more breakdowns, and then we'll leave it at that. And a lot of you guys are still not posting it in the ticker call out format. Come on, team. So, alrighty, let's see. Alrighty. BSGM. All right. Alrighty, so you're waiting for a reversal. So it looks like it hit overall highs at $12. Previous pattern was a consistent descending pattern. So I'd have to look a little bit more into it on why during the pandemic this thing thrived. It looks like if it has bio and technologies, it was probably some fad of, them working on a vaccine or something like that. What does this have to do with? I'll have to look a little bit more into it, but it looks like it was thriving during the pandemic. As of right now, it's selling off. It's not indicating any signs of a reversal, and it has a history of aggressively selling off. So just make sure you take that into consideration, that it's not indicating signs of reversal, so it wouldn't make much sense to try to get in right now as nothing has changed. So STNE. So I'm going to do one more after this. So STNE. Let's break this one down. And we're going to talk about it because tomorrow is the 29th. Do you guys know what the 29th, what's special about June 29th? Looks like we approached previous highs, right? So $42, it pulled back. Right now we're waiting to see, is this thing going to push up or actually get rejected? So right now it's testing a support level. You guys can see the RSI, you guys can see the MACD, that we're trying to see, hey, is this thing going to reverse back up or actually just continue to drop? So as right now, as direction is unclear, what do? We set our alerts and follow up with it when direction becomes more clear, right? We're not here to be fortune tellers. We're not here to hope for something to happen. Just wait, right? Keep it simple. And if you want to get in before confirmation, you just have to accept the risk, right? If you're someone that's like, screw it, I'm going to get in right now. I see an opportunity for a reversal. Just understand that because you're buying in before the confirmation, things can go south. So your risk management just has to be a little bit better. The last one that I want to talk about is Nikola. Nikola tomorrow will have their pre-orders. I think their pre-orders open. We're going to make a video about it today. I didn't care enough to talk about it. I just wanted to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow they have their pre-orders on June 29th, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is it 29th? For their Badger truck or something like that. I'm excited to see if they have a minimum deposit required, which I think would be very interesting. I think if they do not have any form of paywall, I think the numbers are going to be very misleading. So yeah, if you're someone that's been following up with the progress of Nikola, there's a lot of hype behind it. There's a lot of talk, and I'm excited to see if they can walk the walk. They've produced no vehicles, right? They've manufactured nothing. They don't even have a manufacturing facility. If I'm not mistaken, they might have a couple prototypes, but supposedly they're worth more than Ford, and they have not produced or manufactured one vehicle. So I think it's a very interesting and unique time that we live in. So I am just here to follow up with its progress. I'm excited to see. I really hope that they meet up to expectations, but I think they're very similar to they're very close to the like wannabe Tesla copycat. They're just spending too much time on producing articles and news, and they're great when it comes down to marketing, which I think we can respect and appreciate, but we'll see if they can walk the walk. So I'm going to be following up with Nikola. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to touch it. I think it's going to be interesting to follow up with it and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and then we can go from there. But yeah, I mean, that's really just it. I don't know what you guys think about, or for those that were tuning in for the first time, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. This video should be able to, if you guys are tuning in a little bit late, this video should be able to re-upload in just about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you missed out a couple of the call outs or a couple of the breakdowns, feel free to watch it, and then we can go from there. So I see a couple people asking, are we going to be hosting the free live trading session? Let's do this. I'll be completely honest, because we didn't hit 2,000 likes during that live stream on Friday. I do feel like, I would love to host another free live trading session. How many likes do we have right now? I'll leave it at this, right? If by the time I wake up tomorrow and right before I have to go live, by 6 a.m., which is 30 minutes before the market opens, so right now we're right around 400 to 500 likes. If this video has over 2,000 likes, I'll host the free live trading session. So I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys really want the free live trading session, I'll host another one on Monday, and we'll see if we can get over 2,000 likes by tomorrow at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 30 minutes before the market opens. We'll see where we're at. If not, totally, we can just wait for next month. No reason to overcomplicate it. No, do 1,500. I'm gonna keep it at 2,000 because we have our Learn Plan Profit team. I would really love to be able to work with them, and yeah, we'll go from there. So he does live trading for Learn Plan Profit every day. Yeah, we're talking about free live trading sessions because we hosted one on Friday. I trade live with the Learn Plan Profit group every day. This was just, people were still asking for us to host another one. So if you guys want to have us to host a free live trading session, drop a thumbs up. If not, we're always open to feedback. Feel free to send me a direct message on Discord. Just keep it short and sweet, and we can go from there. Yeah, someone called you immature. If it's immature for me to ask for you guys to earn it, then yeah, again, nothing is deserved, right? Everything is earned. So if you guys want it, we'll see if we can make it happen. And if not, we'll be live. And I'm excited to follow up with you guys. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we earned your thumbs up. Don't forget to stay connected. If you guys refresh your page, you guys could click that first link down below. It's our free Facebook group. We're the largest Facebook group in the world. For those who day trade in the stock market, we have over 280,000 members. And if you want to get connected and join our free Facebook group, a free Discord chat, click that first link down below. Also, you heard me talk about them in this video. It's the Learn Plan Profit group. They're the only group that I work with and that get to watch me trade live every single day, Monday through Friday. So if you want to tune on in and you want to learn more about the Learn Plan Profit group, click that second link down below and learn more about it, and we can go from there. But other than that, I wish you guys an amazing and blessed Sunday, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at Market Open. Take it easy, team.